All right, let's get started here. So today, so I didn't end up streaming this weekend. I mentioned on Twitter that I was probably going to, but life got in the way. You know, things happen. But today I have had some extra free time. My girlfriend has finally finished her thesis proposal and presentation and stuff, so she has more free time, which in turn gives me more free time because we don't have to split watching the puppy and taking care of other stuff around the house and so on and so forth. So we get to jam a Tuesday stream, which I have not done in a good while. But we're gonna be jamming some black-white Eldrazi Blade. I think this is actually the same archetype. Not quite the same list, but same deck more or less that I played last time I streamed, which was Wednesday, 6 days ago. But it was kind of a last-minute stream decision. I had no idea what I wanted to play and didn't really have a lot of time to put a new deck together in terms of messing around with more modern Stoneforge Mystic lists. So I kind of just jammed something that I had been playing with a little bit in my free time as well and been pretty happy with. But going forward, I want to keep messing with new, innovative Stoneforge shells and not just play the same thing over and over again. Because obviously I do that enough with my 1,000 million Legacy Death and Tags streams. So during a phase of experimentation, I'd like to branch out, mess around. But for now, we're just gonna jam the same list. I've been having a lot of success with this deck. I think I've only played 4 leagues with it, but I think I've 17-3 or something, 5-0, 3-4-1s, something like that. But I have made some changes. Also, I guess starting off the stream, it is officially September from today until the 24th of September, I believe. If you're a first-time sub, you get it half off. And in addition to that, I guess, I kind of didn't realize that September was really a thing. Just kind of didn't cross my mind when I made my half-off announcement, but we are also going to be running the half-off donation deck lists, I guess, through September to just make it consistent. So if you want to donate for a deck list that has Stoneforge Mystic in it, a modern deck list, that'll also be half off. Dead Guy Island Modern's the JX stand for Jeff Hookland. Don't sully my name, Hondo. Get out of here. But anyway, so yeah, $6 to see your donation deck list, modern Stoneforge Mystic deck, and $2.50 to first time subs for most of this month. But anyway, I guess I'll talk about some of the changes. I've innovated on the mana a couple times. I think I like where this mana is right now. It feels pretty good. Kind of balances between you hurt yourself with caves and fetches and silent clearings, and trying to be as consistent as possible with casting turn 1 discard, turn 2 Scholar, and having colorless sources. The Field of Ruins are kind of a just kind of an unfortunate card that we kind of have to run, mostly because the existence of Tron and Amulet and stuff like that. I think in a perfect world, I'd probably cut one or both of these Field of Ruins. I'd play a if near Deadlands and play Cut a Swamp for a second Plains or something, just to balance out black sources more. But I think these Field of Ruins are kind of necessary for a lot of the Moderns matchups. And also for the sideboard, I realized that we should be playing Stony Silence because we only have 3 artifacts with activated abilities in the deck, and Power Skull barely counts. So I added Stony Silence because Warza is one of the biggest decks right now, and Stony Silence obviously helps you out a lot there. Hey Elaine, about to cast me on the Moonbase as well. Alright, tell me when I'm live so I can wave hi to the Moonbase patrons. Other than that, I don't think I changed anything in the side. I added... Oh yeah, I cut the Relics, which I think I was playing last time I streamed this deck. It's loud in here though, so you're going to have to... loud if you want to shit talk. They don't need to hear me. But anyway, yeah, I cut the Relics, so I added a second piece of Graveyard Hate and 2 Rest in Pieces. Other than that, mostly the same. Still not sure about Light and Shadow or Feast and Famine. I think that's a kind of a point of contention in a lot of people's minds. I've seen some people saying that Light and Shadow is totally unplayable, but I don't know. Light and Shadow plus Fulminator Mage sideboard plan for the big mana decks has actually been really powerful for me. against like Tron, if you use like Thoughtseize and Tide Hollow Score to try to disrupt them, and then you can try to bridge the gap with like a Fulminator, then they try to rebuild, and you can sit there and set up like Light and Shadow Fulminator and just like lock them completely. Likewise, stuff like Titan Shift or Amulet, like it's not an unreasonable plan. It's like a little bit slow, but with your 1,000 discard spell deck, like you can kind of try to afford to slow the game down a little bit. But anyway, let's jump into some matches. Let us begin. Winning some die rolls, good start. Oh, I also swapped. There was it was a 3 Inquisition 2 Thoughtseize split. I swapped it to 3 Thoughtseize 2 Inquisition. I think there are a lot of like impactful 4-drops that are mildly concerning that you want to be taking between like the Primeval Titan decks and like Urza and like opposing Thought Not Seer decks or like taking Batter Skulls. There are like a lot of spots where Thoughtseize is better than Inquisition. This deck might not be able to handle the life loss. Like, obviously, sometimes, like, if this hand had a Thoughtseize, we'd be taking a shit ton of damage. I'm gonna keep still, but I'm not sure. Maybe you just can't afford to play that many Thoughtseizes because of how much damage your mana base deals you. Yeah, this hand's fine. A little bit underpowered, but mostly acceptable. Uh-oh, Dredge? Oh god, I thought this card was dead. I'm prepared to discard all of my lands here. Alright, nice. Alright, well, we just discarded all of our 2-drops, so cool. Oh wait, my opponent is playing Dredge. Just Dredge with Burning Inquiry. Doesn't seem like the best, but okay. Interesting choices. Hello, it's gotta be JD. How's it going? So our mana is not that awkward here. Because I don't have to fetch because I'm probably not playing a card. Next turn. Fetch. I'm gonna fetch. Yeah, I shouldn't have fetched here. Because, like, if I draw a Thoughtseize or something, I kind of want to fetch Swamp, but I really want to fetch Plains to, like, cast my Displacers and stuff. I'm gonna fetch Plains though. Just got here. What are we in? We literally just started. This is Donation List. We're actually playing this pile. This pile's great. This pile's been performing very well for me. Oh, great. We're drawing a lot of Displacers right now. I'm gonna play out our Black Source in case we get Burning Inquiry a second time. But yeah, our Dredge matchup, game 1, not excellent. I should pop out this graveyard since it's Dredge here. Alright, nothing too threatening so far. Just they like have a Cathartic Reunion here, that could be bad. Nice. They have nothing. I'm into this. Let's draw like Eldrazi Temple. Strangler. Cast our spells. Hope to find like Stoneforge Mystic. Oh, Cycle Forgotten Cave, sure. Probably don't want to do that on end step, right? Because like if you mill Narc plus the 3/3 Prized Amalgam. Oh, that's a lot of stuff. Bloodghast, Narc Prized Amalgam. We have a 4/4 to throw in the way. But we really want to find like Stoneforge Mystic Batter Skull. It's like one of the only ways you can really kind of get out of range in the main deck. Three comes back. There's our Eldrazi Temple, right on time. Might be a little down the road, though, with all of these, like, Eldrazi displacers and shit, but let's take a look here. Man, their hand sucks. They have Loam Forgotten Cave, though, so, like, they're just gonna go buck wild. They can cast this I mean, they can cast any of their things, but I think this Prized Amalgam, I don't think them casting Creeping Chill is, like, that bad for me. Prized Amalgam's probably the worst, if, like, they discard it, too. Like, they have plenty of Dredgers, so exiling these Dredgers doesn't really do a lot. Guess I'll just exile that. It's worse if I want to strangle something. Like, I could have exiled the Creeping Chill, so I could feed it to the Strangler. Because obviously feeding the Strangler a Prized Amalgam from the graveyard is not a great idea. Can I move the graveyard, like, over here, maybe? Oh, wait, that's off the screen for you guys. What about that? Can I, like, shrink it, too? Gimme. This is kind of finicky. Yeah. I just want to see their hand. How goes it? Oh, we just started, so, not terribly, not great. Because we're playing against Dredge. God, it's so hard to man. Why is this graveyard just going wild? Yeah, literally game 1, match 1. So it can't really hit me yet, but eventually they're going to find a Conflagrate, which is really bad for me. We can't do a lot to stop that. They're just gonna, like, Life in the Loam, Forgotten Cave, like, draw engine their way through their deck here. The 2 swords going to be the Stanford Sunbridge package boon. It's, I think, like, Batter's Called Fire and Ice, and then, like, I think Feast and Famine is the commonly played third equipment if you're playing one. I think people might be wrong about Light and Shadow, but I guess we'll find out. I feel like my opponent could have just, like, attacked there, right? Like, not played the land, attacked me, hit me for 3, block, play land, get back to the Logast, get back to the Amalgam. I'll take it. Love the Wisp. No, make me sad. Yeah, Wisp is a lot worse when your deck doesn't have Aether Vial in it. Reality Smasher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. Also just double Displacer here. I just want to get as much onto the board as I can. What do they exile? Oh, the Creeping Chill. Oh yeah, nice. So actually I could strangle something here. The only thing to strangle would be this Narcomoeba, though. I think we're just going to spew a bunch of Eldrazi Displacers into play. Just try to hold down the fort that way. At some point I should be attacking them. Because you do obviously need to pressure Dredge, or giving them infinite time will not do you any favors. There's another Creeping Chill. Yeah, like, as soon as they find a Conflagrate, we are just fucking dead. No Conflagrates yet still. Feast of Famine seems to be higher than Sofa. I don't know. Like, am I underrating sort of Feast and Famine, or are other people overrating it? Because, like, Feast and Famine does not seem particularly impressive to me. Except in, like, very specific shells. Oh, there's a Conflagrate. They have 9 cards in their hand. They could just kill all 3 of my Displacers right now if they wanted. They might just do that. They could also just, like, 9 me in the face and, like, almost just lethal me. This deck does not have a very good dredge matchup. Unless you find, like, a very early Stoneforge Mystic in game 1. Which generally does not really work out well. Yeah. Conflagrate all my things down. Yeah, that's a lot of prize amalgams. Yeah, we will pack it in there. Plague Engineer seems okay. Can take care of Narcs or Bloodghasts forever. The rest of the pieces are obviously great, and that's like about it, right? Cut all these Fatal Pushes. Kind of also want to cut all the Stranglers, though. It's a bit awkward on like what we would bring in. Like Lingering Souls? Question mark. Card is not very good in this matchup. Maybe the Strangler is just good enough, just like 2 of them, just like to kill a Narcomoeba or something. It's definitely not powerful. Yeah, do we want Combo? Combo's probably better than Wasteland Strangler, right? Gains his life, punishes them for like their loam grindfest loops. Fatal Push can buy you a little time. Fatal Pushing anything besides like a Narcomoeba is like not at all good or what you want to be doing. Strangler at least like has power and toughness, right? I think it's better than just like Fatal Pushing a Narcomoeba. Especially with them having Creeping Chills in their deck, like it's a lot easier just to cast a Strangler and at least get some value. You can very easily just have your Strangler kill an Narcomoeba and be a 3-2. That seems fine. This hand seems not fine. This hand doesn't do anything after turn on Inquisition, and we're not doing anything powerful, and we have an equipment already. This hand seems better. Still not super happy about it, but discard into like Stoneforge for Batterskull is a way you can like try to run away with the game if their opener isn't like too insane. Fetch Swamp here, I guess. We have a lot of white spells, so like fetching Godless Shrine isn't unreasonable since we'd have to be taking 1 damage off of all the Cave of Koilos activations anyway. Also, Caves Inquisition into fetch Plains Stoneforge, maybe. I'm definitely going to ship this Reality Smasher, obviously. The weakest card and, like, the least castable here. And next thing about Path. Yeah, Path is much better in this matchup, but Path's not even, like, that good. Definitely keep this. Ship Smasher to the bottom. I think I want to fetch a Godless Shrine. Hopefully Inquisition something action-y here. Yeah, like this Shriekhorn. This card's much better on the play in this matchup than it is on the draw. But even on the draw, you can catch like Cathartic Reunions sometimes. Oh, they're just conflagrating me, right? Unless they just like top decked Inquiry. They have Loam Forgotten Cave like all in their hands. That they just like shock and do nothing. Interesting. So they can and might actually have to conflagrate down my Stoneforge next turn. Postboard discard is like enchanters for yeah. Also that you can like Thoughtseize to back up your rest of pieces and whatnot. But also like it does slow them down long enough sometimes that you can like Stoneforge and like your Batterskull, gain a bunch of life. I'm still gonna grab Batterskull here. If my opponent also the way that my opponent didn't cast Conflagrate, so they actually can't kill my Batterskull here. Or kill my Stoneforge here. Colonel Crab Cake, thanks for the tier 1 sub. Oh, they're cycling Forgotten Cave. I guess that makes sense. Thank you for your support. Half price subs, that's like free money. It is. It's basically free money. So yeah, if they had cast... I don't know how I feel about cycling the Forgotten Cave. I guess it's like okay. But like they were going to just cast alone for like no value. They get to draw an extra card, but they could have conflagrated a potential Stoneforge Mystic on turn 2. I don't know. Yeah, now we get Batter Skull, which is definitely relevant. I suppose they can always conflagrate down the Germ, but that's easier to reset up. Pass the turn. Batter Skull into, like, we can Thought Knot this Life from the Loam. Actually, we probably can't Thought Knot the Life from the Loam out of their hand ever. They're just gonna, like, cast it every turn and cycle for Cave on end step. They milled another Conflagrate. Not great for me. I'll cycle the Forgotten Cave here. And then, like, stomping around Loam. So we do have to be wary of getting conflagrated here, since they have Loam conflagrate for like a bunch, so we don't want to like overcommit super heavily to the board. And just like get our board wrath and have nothing to follow up. Tempted to get out this Thought Knot just to exile their second conflagrate though. But getting your Thought Knot conflagrate is just like the actual worst feeling in the world, because then they like draw a card and then they dredge off of the draw. Oh wow. That seems a little aggressive. I guess they wanted to discard the Bloodghast on the Prized Amalgam. Wait, where did that conflagrate come from? They still in the yard, right? Do they have two? Am I blind? I think they still have one. Oh, they discarded that one to the first one, duh. They discarded Narcomoeba, Amalgam, Bloodghast, Conflagrate. That means they have... Oh, no, they have a second one, though, so hitting one isn't that big a deal. Just trying to figure out, like, what I can hit with this Thought Knot here. That's actually relevant. Luckily, they're down on enough cards that it'll take them at least, like, a turn or two to build back up here. Does it really matter what I fetch? No. Grab a Plains, then. Life from the Stinkweed Imp. Stinkweed actually blocks our stuff. They already have a Loam in the yard, so they can just like Loam forever anyway. Kind of like taking the Death Touch guy. Oh, wrong one. Alright, it's just Life from the Loam, but... Treasure back the... Oh, hit 2 Prized Amalgams? That's rough for me. They probably cast a Loam, cycle Forgotten Cave, pass turn. Or play a land and get back like a Bloodghast. Yep. But they're taking a lot of damage, especially after like this mana confluence and stuff. Might be able to eke out enough damage here. They could like play land, cast second Loam, and like try to build up their hand to wrath my board. I like here. I'm gonna attack with both and see how they block. Combo is potentially really strong. Assume they'll chump block with this Amalgam, right? Going down to 3 is like such risky business. So their hand has 2 loams in it currently. I could take 1 loam, put them down to 2 cards. They draw up to 3 cards. They cast a loam down to 2, up to 5 cards. They can't kill that much if I just like Thought Knot them again. And all these prize mountains are gonna come in tapped. Like most of their other shit can't block. Well, they got 1 Narc. Which means all the Amalgams are coming back. So we really want to get in this damage here. If we draw like Eldrazi Temple, we get like displace down a Narc Amiibo. Going to 6. Risky business. Now if they take even 1 of these hits, they just die, basically, to the combo. I guess they could hit like a Creeping Shell, so that's not true. They haven't hit any Creeping Shells yet, right? Yeah. Their hand is what? Forgotten Cave, Stomping Ground, Forgotten Cave. Oh, interesting. Just firing off the second Conflagrate there. I don't even know what's in their hand at this point. I don't know why I'm bothering to try to keep track of all this stuff. So if we draw a removal spell, we just win, right? Kill the Narc Amoeba, kill them. Removal spell or Eldrazi Temple is lethal. That is neither of those things. It's unfortunate. Now they're gonna have a wall of prized Amalgams in the way. But we do get to just combo all of them, which means they just can't cast another spell unless they mill like a Creeping Chill. And even then, they can only cast 2 spells, and they don't have a Conflagrate to kill the combo anymore. So we're probably fine here still. Priced into blocking. There's a Creeping Chill. But no more Conflagrates. Means if they cast like a Life from them or something, you're just stone cold. We're sitting at a lofty 23 here. How does this look? I think we're just playing Displacer and saying go, right? Because we can't attack anything, but like we could play Displacer and like on their turn tap down the Imp, untap, tap down 2 Amalgams, and have like a bunch of lethal attackers. If we play Displacer, tap down the Imp, attack with Germ, attack with Thought Knot. They could chump block 1, but then also double block the Thought Knot and draw an extra card. could hit another creeping chill, but they're only milling, dredging like 3, right? Do they have any other creatures? I don't know why I didn't have this popped out again. Was this dredge 3? 3, 3. Yeah, I don't think attacking is good here. But now with the ability to get rid of 3 of their blockers. And have a bunch of lethal attackers. Granted, they do have like 3 other creeping chills and there are 20 cards left. Did you take a natural draw? They have like a 3rd lightning axe they're trying to draw or something? Oh no, they did dredge. I'm blind. There's a stinkweed imp in there now. Sure. You can no longer cast any spells. I think they're just dead. They like they can't even like cycle up to cast this imp in their graveyard. You don't have enough mana. Tap down the imp. Untap, tap down 2 amalgams, attack for lethal. Yep. Alright, that worked out. I know we found out what food tokens do from this book. Oh, did we? Yeah, sure. Let me know. Pretty curious on what those food tokens did. I saw there were some spoilers from Loading Ready Run, I think, that were coming out. It's a clue, but gains 3 life. Do you have to pay 2 mana to gain the 3 life? My guess was that it just gained life, but that seemed a little bit too boring to base a whole like mechanic around. Like, drawing cards is cool. Wow, 2 mana to gain 3 life? That is a lot worse than a clue token. I mean, imagine it'll just let them be more liberal with like how like making food tokens, right? It gets eaten by things for their effect. Yeah. What else used? Yeah, I also don't know how the adventure cards work. I guess it's something like a weird activated ability at this point. Just based on like the beast card. I thought it was gonna be like an aftermath-ish card, but then the beast made it seem like the effect wants to synergize with the creature itself, so it wouldn't make sense if when your 5/5 died that you made a 1/1 that lets your 5/5 attack. Gilded Goose. Hang on, I'll pull this up for chat. I haven't seen this. Avert your eyes if you don't want spoilers. Fuck. Gilded Goose. Makes a token. Creates more tokens. Sacrifice the food. Oh, that's fun. Oh, it's the Golden Goose. Did you tweak your list since last time? Yeah, I've tweaked my list. I talked about it a little bit in the intro today, but this is obviously the sideboarded list we're playing as Dredge, but I can show off the list in a little bit. I have made some alterations that I think are favorable for the list. I actually like this deck a lot. Yeah, it makes sense that they will make food tokens like, although making food tokens like do other things and being able to really bad on their own is like feels kind of parasitic. So I don't know. Alright, this hand sucks. We have like turn 1 Thoughtseize on the draw and we don't have like anything reasonable to do. The cards we're looking for are like Graveyard Hate and Stoneforge Mystic mainly in this matchup. Like you saw in that last game, Stoneforge Mystic played a huge role. Like having a 4/4 lifelinker makes this matchup actually winnable. Oh yeah, I saw that one too, Coinman. The new land type lands. Anyway, yeah, this hand just sucks. This hand has Stoneforge into Plague Engineer, but just like no discard, no rest in peace. Is this hand gonna be good enough? This hand's just well, like the whole strategy is really soft to like their loam conflagrate lines. But like, can we go to 5 to try to find 2 rest in pieces and probably like a discard spell to go with the rest in piece anyway? kept 7. Jeez. What's it like? I think we can go to 5 here. I don't think like a medium 6 is going to beat Dredge with this deck. Like, I think I'll go to 5 before I start keeping mediocre hands. Just, like, I don't think this hand beats Dredge on, like, a reasonable draw at all. Like, no discard or anything to go with it. Yeah, we're going to go down. Alright, well, we'll keep the 1 land Rest in Peace Inquisition hand. For sure. It also has, like, Stoneforge. So we'll ship the Sword of Light and Shadow, because that's obviously bad, and... I think we're going to ship the Displacer. We'll keep the Scholar in case we find the land. And, like, if we Inquisition them and they have, like, 2 cards that we need to take care of, we can, like, try to Scholar the other one. I think we're going to ship this Displacer. We're just going to get, like, Burning Inquiry and, like, discard our land and the Rest in Peace. Oh, nice. Conflagrate for 0, sure. Land. Land. It's gonna be like a colorless land. Punish me super hard for the same position, too. Am I gonna fetch a black source here? I have to, right? I have to fetch a black source in Inquisition here. Turn 1 Conflagrate, keeping a 7, like, really makes it feel like they're gonna cast a Cathartic Reunion next turn. But then I have 6 less draws in my deck, right? If I keep the Prismatic Vista, I have 4 Eldrazi Temples and 2, I don't know, I have, like, 8 less draws or something. Because, like, I also have, like, 2 Swamps and a basic Waste that don't do anything. If finding Displacer in this deck, I always find it underwhelming compared to the Eldrazi Texas version. I've come around to Displacer. I thought it was, like, pretty medium before. We're in game 3 for Roko. I thought it was pretty medium at first, but I've come around to it. It's really good in, like, just mid-rangey fights where, like, you can, like, just blink a lot of their stuff. God. How many draws are in my deck? If I fetch a basic Swamp, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 white sources. Which is not a lot. And if I don't fetch the plains, we have just 23 hits, right? Because just any land will do it, because we fetch the basic plains, cast it. 14 versus 23? I think I'm supposed to just pass the turn. Turn like 30% to hit. 23 puts me much closer to 50%. I'm passing. This Prismatic Vista is like fucking us way harder than a Marsh Flats would. For sure. That's why I cut down from 3 to 2. Yeah, the issue is that like it's not just casting the Rest in Peace. It's the fact that like I'm pretty sure there was a Cathartic Reunion. They just conflagrating me in the face. Oh wow, that was aggressive. God, their helmet. Come on, draw the land, please. They have 2 Amalgam. All right, come on, deck. Does that mean fanny pack? Come on, let's do this. No, fuck. All right, well, they have 5 hits with this imp to just like plaster me against a wall here. Or like not 5 hits, 5 mills. But like they have to hit exactly one of the 3 other Narcomoebas, right? All right, nothing yet. But they did find a thug, so they can keep going. Come on. No! No! Not like this. Hold. Wait, did they just not dredge? They just took a natural draw. What? Okay. Alright, well, I'll I'll discard this Inquisition of Kozilek. It's not seem very... Actually, yeah, this Inquisition of Kozilek does not seem like it's very good for me. Scumbag Battle Skull here to help. Exactly. Discarding Inquisition when we just have this fetch in play and didn't cast anything on turn 1. We definitely don't have Rest in Peace opponent, don't worry about it. Alright, they missed again, but they hit a Loam, which is really bad for me. Because that means that turns on Bloodghast as hits. So just like cast an Imp here. That's fine. That's very, very beatable. If we can just top deck a land. One-time dealer. Oh, thank God. Oh. Alright, we made it. We should win this game now. We can just Stone Warriors and Battle Skull now. We can even like strangle down the Imp if we hit a 3rd land. Play the Thug, sure. Go get the... I guess Sword of Light and Shadow doesn't exactly do a lot here. I guess I'll get Fire and Ice. G2, oh wait. Yeah, if only. Nice Treecorn opponent. Put me to 10. You got it, boss. Batter Skull and then win the game. They could top deck. We do have to kill them as fast as possible now, because yeah, exactly. They could top deck Major Spam and just go off with the Treecorn. But at least we've bought ourselves a lot of time and killed like 2 amalgams. And, like our hand can rebuild here. Wow, and then just like hits the Stinkweed Imp too, sure. Attacking there is interesting. Oh no, they have another Imp at hand. I'm probably supposed to just strangle the other Imp and it not casting the only thing in their hand. Weird. Get this Batter Skull. Oh yeah, are they down 2 Conflagrates too? 1, 2. Oh yeah, that's very good for us. Temple's very good. Maybe it's just Smasher time. If this blocks doesn't do anything, it actually has to put itself back on top. They have no creature in the yard. I mean, they could, like, mill into something, but sure. They could just Smasher time. I just want to get them dead. Oh, but then I guarantee the Dredge Treecorn. Yeah, it's definitely worth punching him. I'm just kind of confused on why they didn't cast the other Imp. We can block the Batter Skull here, sure, it's whatever. It's up all the time. We just want to murder them. And gain a bunch of life. Yeah, they already had Dark Blast too if they wanted to dredge. They get to dredge a little bit more. There's a Narcomoeba and a Prize Amalgam, but it doesn't seem like it's going to do a whole lot. We can even Plague Engineer on Imp so that these things can't deal combat damage to my giant creatures. If they cast their other Imp, which I feel like they should have done last turn. Oh, they didn't want to lose their Gemstone Man, I guess. I forgot that was on one counter. Yeah. We're just gonna Plague Engineer Imp. And then punch them. And then, alright, they can see. We did it. Cheaty face putting Gemstone back in play. It's really funny when your opponent has a Death Shadow in play and they're at 12 and you have a Grove. And you can just, like, keep putting it back into play. Man, that was not a game that I thought we were going to win. Oh boy. Like I said, sometimes you gotta get a little lucky in matchups like that, for sure. We only have like 2 Graveyard Haste spells in our deck. This is the Listen Stream Decker update. Oh shit, no it's not. I will do that right now though. But here's the list. Actually I have to export this. Put it in CBL right now. Where is this deck? Edit. Oh, that's not what I want to do. This hand. Wow, this hand. I looked at like the right hand half of my hand at first. I was like, yeah, this hand looks okay, and then I saw the other half. This hand sucks some shit. This hand much better. Tide Hollow into Thought-Knot Seer. We're gonna keep and ship a Caves of Koilos here. Pretty easy. Mismatching pushes. I think the reason that mismatching pushes is because aggressive start. Oh, we might actually turn 2 Thought-Knot now, and then like turn never this Tide Hollow Sculler, but we get to like turn 3 Sword of Light and Shadow, turn 4 equip plus Tide Hollow, which is like fine. Yeah, the pushes I open from those like those free packs that you get. I have a shit ton of those too. I should like just open them all. But I'd like buy an extra one because I only had like 2 at the time, I think. So yeah, obviously humans from Canopy and Deadfile. Or like Death and Texas that kept a really greedy one-lander. Because like you tap any other land, you play any other land over your Canopy. But as humans, you could have stuff like Ancient Ziggurat, which doesn't cast Wraith for a while. Sword of Light and Shadow, pretty good in this matchup. Can give like my Thought-Knot protection from Reflector Mage and like gains life and shit. Block big things like that. Shrine turn to just aren't casting Scholar forever. Yeah, but Thought-Knot's way beefier. And, like, we have a turn 3 play lined up anyway. So Sword of Light and Shadow, which is, like, pretty good to get down fast as well. Protect from big things, and protect my thing from getting maged. Yeah, I'm tempted to try Feast of Famine at some point, but I really like Light and Shadow, especially with the sideboard plan of 4 Fulminators versus the big mana decks. Alright, let's take a look-see. Meddling Mage, Mantis Rider. I'll take this Mantis Rider. That seems kind of scary. Yeah, this is not the strongest start from the opponent here. What are you Meddling Mage? I look like just like Eldrazi Tron here. What would you even Meddling Mage? They'd probably just leave it on 2. Right? Or you just like Blind Name Dismember or something, or like Reality Smasher. Something scary that comes down next turn. So hand is literally Meddling Mage Campy. I will not accept this trade. Like Violent Mage, trade Thought Knot for Lieutenant. Does not seem great. Seems... No, it doesn't seem worth it to me. Our hand's pretty light on threats, and we can just sort of Light and Shadow to invalidate the Lieutenant pretty quickly. There's the Mage. Let's see what they name. Doing a good job of pretending we're a different deck, so I assume, like, Reality Smasher? Something like that? Dismember, maybe? Yeah. Reality Smasher, that tracks. Alls does. We're a little far from Alls does, but maybe. They didn't want to offer that trade, really? Interesting. Well, I'll make you look like a fool, opponent. Cast my Sword of Light and Shadow. 3 mana away for Alls Dust isn't exactly far. I think it's like not far off, right? But I can imagine Reality Smasher not being a great name there, because, like, how much do they care about it? I guess a reasonable amount. How was it they didn't draw, like, even if they drew, like, a Reflector Mage exactly this turn. Nice. Then, like, we could still Tide Hollow plus equip. Deck list still isn't right. I'm in the middle of editing it. Deck list is still the old one, I believe. Do that while my opponent's taking their turn here. What the heck is this? Cut those things. Cut those. That's fine. Wasn't this loading for me? I don't know. Maybe because I'm in the middle of editing it or something. It doesn't like that. I have no idea how that shit works. Oh no, my Reality Smasher! Fuck! My 2 of... I think I'll just fetch basic planes to cast Tide Hollow here. Take a look at their land in their hand. Yep. We're gonna suit up the Thought Knot. Yeah, we're definitely gonna suit up the Thought Knot because, while I could have like multiple blockers, I don't think my opponent will attack with any ground creatures into a Thought Knot Seer, and then next turn we can punch them for 6, gain life, and then just move the sword over to the Scholar to block. Suit and Smash in this turn feels like kind of aggressive. We're at 14. They would attack back for like 4, 5, 6, 7. It's kind of a lot. Guess we'd gain 3. Kind of scared of attacking this turn. You just chump with your Tide Hollow and buy back. Yeah, that seems kind of smart. We don't necessarily get to buy back, because they could chump me with, I guess only the Noble. Alright, I'm kind of into your plan. You talked me into it. And smash. I was also thinking that they could, like, block. I was only thinking of the pro white. I wasn't actually thinking of the pro black. Like, they can't actually block with Freebooter either. Unfortunate that we drew, like, the actual 2 of that got super punished by them thinking that we were Eldrazi Tron. Win, loser, draw. Thought of the sword. Yeah. I'm into it. See, I can either the Black White Eldrazi Blade list that went 5 of those, we was running 4 Smashies, 2 Stranglies there. Yeah, I don't like Smasher that much. It's Smasher is really good when, like, you draw it, but it's, like, really awkward in a lot of your opening hands. But it's, like, always a really nice top deck, so... Anyway, I need to keep editing this list. 2 Vistas, 2 Conceal, yep. Cut that. Lingering Souls. Cut that. Save. Alright, that looks good. Oh, that was a pretty good draw. Ooh, they're attacking. Alright. I'll gain 6 here. And then we get to hit them for 6, gain 3, buy back Tide Hollow, play Tide Hollow, and then move the sword over to the Tide Hollow. We're at 13. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. If they draw exactly another lieutenant, I think we actually die. Jim with Noble has to be wrong. Yeah, it feels kind of wrong. Because if we block this, we take 3, 7, 10, 11. Yeah, if they draw exactly another lieutenant or phantasmal image, we lose. But I think like almost anything else we win. I guess now we win because they can block the hierarchy at that point. One second, I'll get to that donation. Tide Hollow Cat, thanks for the 5 bits. I love this deck, and I'm glad to see it's finally good. I think it'll be one of the better Stoneforge Mystic Shells. Yeah, I've been having a lot of success with this list. 1 second, I have the list updated. Let me just update Cardboard Live here. Update stream. Alright, the new Cardboard Live deck list should be good. We don't have lethal because this hierarchy's in the way, but we could draw like any number of... Yeah, like Displacer or Removal Spell and Hierarch would be lethal. Mantis Rider lethal too? No. Maybe? No, because Mantis... I was kind of like they buffed their whole team a bunch. Mantis Rider is only 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12. It's 1 off, actually. Is this deck list right? Let me double check this. Yeah, this deck list looks correct. Ranger Captain of Eos? Interesting choice. Are they gonna tutor here? Like a champion of the parish? What in the Mardu shadow is this? You get another noble. Oh man, that is very bad for me. In fact, so many chump blockers. We might die. Give Runes in this deck. I don't like Give Runes in this deck. I think discard is your like protection effect, essentially. I think this deck like tries to go very long and has like a very Jund-esque game plan. And as such, stuff like Giver Runes leads to like really lousy top decks. Alright, well we're gonna cycle this Silent Clearing. Not looking good. Man, if only they just we hadn't like drawn our Smasher. Just any other creature in our deck would be like completely fine here. I'll draw like Displacer or maybe like a removal spell. Displacer, does this actually do anything? It might. I have no idea how much damage they have on board. We're at 10. They attack with everything. We have 3 blockers. Block, 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 take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we don't die. And then we have lethal on the untap. So we like blink down both the nobles. Displace with the Thoughtless Lieutenant. I mean, we might have to end up doing it at some point. We can like kill this lieutenant too. So it actually like takes a lot more off the board. Yeah, alright. Alright. I mean, we definitely have to play this Displacer here. And then we're just passing the turn. And we're gonna see what happens. Yeah, but like their lieutenant is like the least threatening card on their board right now, right? Because we just chump block it, or we just block it with our pro white creature. I don't really care if this lieutenant's getting bigger. So this lets us try to set up lethal for next turn based on how they attack. Because we can just blink down the 2 nobles and then equip the sword to the Thought Knot and punch them. Uh-oh. Please don't be, like, fucking Thalia's Lieutenant or something. There's nothing I can, like, do in response. If it, like, it's an image, I can't do anything because I can't kill both of the lieutenants, obviously. I could Tide Hollow them here, right? Does that put me dead, though? Probably. Could also Thought Knot them, so my Tide Hollow can still block. Do I just have to bite the bullet except I'm dead to Thalia's Lieutenant? Am I dead to Thalia's Lieutenant? Probably. We have 3 blockers. Block, and like we can kill 1 lieutenant, so they have 1 block, dead, 4 block, 5, 6, 7. I think you die if you blink Scholar. Yeah. We might not be dead if this is lieutenant, right? Block the lieutenant. But then we like probably won't have lethal on the crackback. We need to keep our Thought Knot alive. So we killed this lieutenant. Chump block this lieutenant. Chump block like the 2 biggest things. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? That's only 7? I'm just gonna let this resolve. I don't know what this is, but could also be like a bluff that maybe they have a 3-drop in hand and they wanted to try to like bluff out Displacer activation or something, or like trick me into making a bad play. Mariner. Oof, that sucks, right? Because now I don't think I can quite lethal them. I don't have enough mana to blink down these nobles and attack them anymore. It's not the worst, though. I'm still not thinking about Mariner. Luckily, we can still target this lieutenant and kill it. Yeah, we can blink twice, but now we can't move the sword. Which means we can hit them for 4. Yeah, and I guess we do go to 7 here, which sucks. Puts us more likely to just fucking die. Oh, we'll go to 6 here, actually. Yeah, we might just be... Could top deck, like, another sword, obviously. Just kill him with the Tide Hollow. Oh, no, that wouldn't work. They solve these nobles. Let's kill this lieutenant, at least. I'll not pay 1 for the Mariner. Are we dead if they swing all out and have nothing? No, right? Block, 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 take only 4. So this land drop, we have 2 blinks. We have, yeah, we have exactly, oh yeah, we have 2 blinks, so we can actually blink the stuff down too. So yeah, I think we just pass again. Try to set up lethal again. Just got a 5-0 with traditional black-white Eldrazi taxes. Nice. Yeah, I think there are a lot of sweet Stoneforge archetypes to be explored. Alright. Not playing Stoneforge. Interesting choices. Oh god, what on earth is this? Is this like a Reflector Mage? I don't think I can do anything if it's a Reflector Mage. We might be able to just kill him if it's a Reflector Mage. I haven't done the math, though. I'm gonna let it resolve and figure out what to do. Oh, just a bluff. Sure. I'm gonna let this one resolve, too, because, like, I'm still not gonna do it. Like, if this is a second Mariner, like, we get fucked, but I don't think I'm playing around second Mariner. Substees. Because, like, there's so many other things we could do. If we play as if it's second Mariner and they have, like, Lieutenant, we could easily just, like, lose. I'll let it resolve. We might even be able to beat second Mariner still. Or they just have nothing. Trying to, like, bluff me into punting. Well, now that we know they have no instant speed interaction, so... Am I supposed to just take 4 here? I could just blink it. And then blink a noble, untap, blink the other noble, and then equip an attack still. But... I mean, does this go into 2 matter here? I'd rather not blink, right? Because they could, like, cast a 3rd noble or something. I'd rather just go to 2. Like, they don't have a burn spell. If they had that, Thraben... or Kessig Malcontents, we were super fucking dead anyway. I'll pay the 1. Thought Lieutenant gets even bigger. Alright, they saw the writing on the wall. Whew, that was tough to navigate. That's for sure. And before the random Spectral Sailor deck. We could beat like a flash threat, right? We were going to untap and we were going to equip the Thought-Knot and attack them, and then we had a blink up still for like a random flash blocker. For when they flash in, their main deck is a Static Caster in 2019. Alright, what sucks in this matchup? Not a whole lot. Our decks look pretty decent. We definitely want Engineers. It's like, maybe we want Souls based on what's bad. I don't like most of what's going on. I guess, like, Smasher might be actually our worst card. It just is really slow, and this matchup is a lot more about survival than it is about, like, smashing. I do like Lingering Souls. Like, Smasher was uncastable. Yeah, obviously Smasher was the worst top deck we had game 1, so obviously we need to cut it, but I do actually think it's not great here. It's like a big dumb beater, and it's not really what you want versus humans. I like Lingering Souls makes like a lot of chump blockers, which can be relevant, but like I don't know what I would cut. Shape them like Thought-Knots maybe? Thought-Knots like big, but it's a little bit too slow a decent amount of the time. It's obviously good there with but we also like the busted double temple start. Shape Thoughtseizes before Thought-Knots, and that's kind of fair. Thoughtseizes taking damage is not excellent. Especially how painful our mana base is. I can see doing like that. Everything else sucks. Anything else in here? Some mentally taxing games today. A lot of like mulligan analysis from Dredge, because after that point, like Dredge gameplay not super exciting. Although the game 2 did showcase like how powerful. All right, well, is this hand like good? Is this hand good enough? We have a lot of good cards too. If we do draw either color of mana, this hand is bananas, right? What's the likelihood that we draw either color of mana? We have what? 24 minus 6, 18. We have 18 to 17 lands that produce either color of mana. And, like, if we draw a black source or a white source, this hand just fucking goes off. Turn 2 Thought Knot, got a card fan, so we're also on the draw. Fuck it, we're keeping this. I don't play this deck to not turn 2 my Thought Knot, or turn 2 Thought Knot my opponent in two games in a row. No 1-drop. Great. Love to see it. Yeah, that's technically a source of mana later. On turn 3, we can Field of Ruin for Path or Push, which is not nothing. Oh yeah, confirmed the food tokens suck, but I think they're going to be used for more stuff than the clue tokens were. Like, you'll sack them for other effects, whereas clue tokens were mostly, like, sometimes you had an incidental benefit when sacking them, but, like, you didn't sack them to other things. Like, there's the Golden Goose one that got spoiled. Man, I hope they don't just, like, Meddling Mage Thought Knots here. That'd be a bummer. They're super gonna name Thought Knots here. They're 100% naming Thought Knots here. Wow, what a bum. Wow, we just draw infinite colorless lands. Oh, the worst. So what is our best play? It's probably just, like, play this other temple. We're probably just gonna, like, set up the field push turn next turn. I would draw the waste of the worst possible moment. Yeah, pretty much. I've really appreciated the basic waste a lot, though, too. It was like a card I always wanted to play in Eldrazi taxes, but you just literally could never afford to. Looks like we're gonna, like, turn 3. Get some big dudes. Thought Knots here might not even be relevant by then. Just in time. Ow, God. Oh, these cat's claws are so fucking long. Why haven't we cut your claws to, like, daggers? It's ahead of the chat. And stab me in the shoulder. Oh, God. Fielding the push or whatever, yeah. Now that we have this other land, it doesn't really matter what I choose, so, like, push is probably just better. Is there a point to Field of Ruining right now? Not really. Is there a point to not Field of Ruining right now? Also not really. They named a wizard with this one. Is the Vidalcan thing a wizard? Maybe Path is better in case you top deck Strangler. Am I even casting Strangler if I top deck it? Or even if I do top deck Strangler, we can still just Path into Strangler the following turn anyway. We'll pop the one on Wizard. I guess it doesn't actually matter. Deputy Detention is a Wizard. Yeah, that would explain the name. Yeah, fuck it, we'll pop the one on Human. Get a Swamp. Pass the turn. I might want to, like, end up Fatal Pushing this Champion of the Parish. Depends on how many cards they have in hand. But we can always just, like, next turn, like, Path the Meddling Mage. And why don't you fetch, push, play Thought Knot? Oh, that would have made more sense. I kind of just, like, wasn't even thinking about the fact that we had a fetch land. I was thinking about last turn. I'm so mad if I wanted to just, like, cast Plague Engineer and clear this Lieutenant. That'd have been, like, the best play. We'll kill the Meddling Mage here. Please stop stabbing me in the shoulder, cat. Wow. What is their hand? I guess we're about to find out, right? It's gotta be like a Dismember for this Thought Knot or something, right? I wonder if I want to, like, Sculler into Thought Knot here. Just, like, fetch planes. I kind of want to play the Stoneforge Mystic, but what on earth is their hand? It's probably, yeah, I imagine there's at least a Deputy. Which is, like, the card I'm kind of concerned about. I'm gonna Scholar them. Let's take a look. They have 4 cards in hand and cast nothing with 3 mana as humans. Wow, that's a hand. I guess we were right about the called shot of Deputy Reflector Mage and Dismembers. Alright then. Well. That poor Tidal Scholar. Yeah, I guess we take this Dismember and then Thought-Knot the... I kind of want to, like, Thought-Knot a Reflector Mage, right? Because if they Deputy my Thought-Knot, we can just kill the Deputy and then just take their other Reflector Mage. If they Reflector Mage my Thought-Knot, though, then I guess that gets a little awkward because I get to, like, draw a card. And I can't cast the Thought-Knot and they can Deputy something else. Like, I'm definitely taking this Dismember with the Scholar. If I take the Deputy with the Thought-Knot... Yeah, I'm thinking about taking the Mage. I really want them to Deputy this Thought-Knot, but I don't think they will. I think they'll just Reflector Mage it. I think that's, like, kind of fine for me anyway. Man, these claws are really digging into my skin there, cat. So that explains why my opponent... I'm gonna just pass 3 mana up, just infinite reaction spells in hand. If they hit a land, how dead are you? Not, like, super dead. Mostly dead. But we can, like, clear up some of this shit. There are a lot of turns where I might have wanted to just, like, clear out this Lieutenant and, like, just path their champion. So they just, like, don't have any, like, big threats. Because we're going to miss our window of engineering this Thalia's Lieutenant unless they actually cast this Deputy this turn. It's okay, Ro. I wish there was some way to incentivize them to cast a Deputy, but there's like a 0% chance, right? There's like 100% gonna Reflector Mage me. If they draw a land, they'll just Mage the Scholar and then Dismember the Thought-Knot. If they don't, they'll just like Mage the Thought-Knot, punch me. And then their hand will be, they'll like get to draw a card. They'll have the Deputy still in hand. Our Engineer doesn't kill their Lieutenant anymore. We have a lot of like removal we could draw though. We could draw like Wasteland Strangler, more fetches or more pushes or paths. Nice cat. She's a nice cat. Her claws are just too long because we haven't cut them because we've been negligent cat parents. My opponent tanking on their decision where they can do nothing. I guess they stepped away from the keyboard. You can commit no game actions, so I imagine you're gonna let this resolve. This mana base is like still fucking us. It's like we can't actually like Path and Stoneforge in the same turn currently. So we just have Temple Wastes. Force Negation Deputy. We literally know all 3 cards in their hand, and you can't force a negation of Thought-Knot Seer. Ah, oh thank God. My shoulder and neck are free. One day my opponent will return from war. Oh, my opponent disconnected. They only have like a couple minutes to come back. I think I might, maybe taking the Deputy is actually right. Because then if they cast a Mage, I can cast like Stoneforge plus Plague Engineer. And if they cast the other Mage on the Stoneforge, like we can still like play Batterskull. But if we take a Mage, they Reflect Mage to the Thought-Knot, we can like play Stoneforge, we get the Batterskull, and they can like Deputy the Batterskull, and we don't really have removal for the Deputy. So I want them to cast the Deputy this turn, but I don't think they will, because I don't think they have any incentive to. So if that's the case, maybe we have to take the Deputy because of our Stoneforge Mystic. That's assuming my opponent comes back within the next 2 minutes. I put Thought-Knot on the stack at 9:53, and it's 9:58. They are running out of time. With the new Moto AFK rules, you only get 5 minutes, not 10. Hey, like Field of Ruins, your 2 Flux Utility lands. I hate them. I hate them so much. But big mana decks are scary. Stuff like Tron and, to a lesser extent, Amulet. So kind of need to respect them, at least somewhat. But I wish the Field of Ruins were like anything else. Big fan of like if near dead lands. Alright, well, my opponent did not show up. That was an anticlimactic way to end that. I was not sure if we were going to be able to successfully fight that hand, but I guess we'll never find out. This hand seems okay. It doesn't go anywhere at all. But double discard is really strong. Got a removal spell. Duck it. Am I shocking? Yes. We'll draw into relevant things. Oh boy, we're playing against the 5-color Elementals deck. I could have sworn this deck was a meme. Why are people like legitimately playing it? I thought it got invented as a meme. So this is a Mana Dork for Elementals. This is a Tutor for Elementals. This is a Value Elemental. I might just take this Flamekin Harbinger and Thoughtseize the Voice. But do I care about this Flamekin Harbinger? And I guess they can just like top deck it, or like they can. I guess no, yeah. If I just, well, no, because I actually can't Thoughtseize the thing like Tutor, because unless it's like not a 2-drop, in which case I could Thoughtseize it. Then I wouldn't cast it next turn. I'm gonna take this Voice of Resurgence. I don't respect this Flamekin Harbinger. What are you gonna get, opponent? Yeah, Risen Reefs. Yeah, we just Thoughtseize that next turn. So I'm just gonna land go here. Probably not pathing anything or strangling anything. Thoughtseize and path to make him not draw it. I don't really want to path this 1/1. I'd rather just like Thoughtseize the Risen Reef, right? Like they don't have any relevant cards in hand that I want to Thoughtseize. This thing isn't relevant to path, so I'd rather just Thoughtseize the relevant thing. They play the Smoke Braider and the Primal Land. Does this do anything, or is it just a Rainbow Land? Just a Rainbow Land. You got me. Like, I don't even want to path this Mana Dork. Although eventually we're going to have to. So Moorburg Land does all things. I kind of want to save this Field of Ruin for if they have like another Flamekin Harbinger, though. Oh, they have another Flamekin Harbinger. Look at that. Well, I guess I know what I'm doing with my Field of Ruin next turn. Cavern, Smoke Braider, Flamekin. Thunderkin. Wow, that card is scary as shit. Pathing that for show. That card's horrifying. Fuck right off. I'm not dealing with that shit. They're just gonna play Smoke Raider Flamekin here. Oh, they're just gonna play. Am I supposed to strangle one of these dumb pieces of shit? I really don't want to, but we're also at 12. So I'm just gonna Field to Ruin them. So they shuffle away the Risen Reef. I can like strangle one of these stupid things. No, we're just gonna play Stoneforge Mystic though. Wait, do I have enough mana to do that? Yeah, I do. What am I Stoneforging for? Sword of Fire and Ice? We're at 12, but like, is Batterskull good enough? I like Sword of Pro-Red. Sword of Pro-Red seems pretty strong. We should probably get Batterskull, though. They have so many 1/1s. These things do the same thing, right? This one activates abilities, too. Alright, I'll let that one. I'm gonna grab a Plains here. No, I'm gonna grab a Swamp, because I'm playing Stoneforge Mystic, right? So I'd be more likely to double black spells next turn. One basic, nice. Batterskull beats everything in that deck that doesn't even Omnath. Yeah, that tracks. Batterskull probably just like fucking grinds them into paste. Sweet, that Field Ruin is a forced shuffle there. Black mana, oh dear. Oh no! Oh wait, we can just discard all our cards that aren't Batterskull. Goodbye, Wasteland Strangler. That's what this card does, right? That player discards 2 cards, the end step sack it. Alright, yeah. Goodbye, Wasteland Strangler. I knew thee well. But we really need to gain life. Man, this Thoughtseize does not seem very good. I don't think I want to Thoughtseize their Smoke Breeder. I think we will just pass the turn. Man, I hope they don't draw that haste guy. That'd be bad news bears. Okay, there's your land. Dude, anyway, is a power move. Seems risky. Alright, I'll Inquisition it. Don't understand why you didn't just play it. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we attack with both here. No point in not. You guys like a double block the Stoneforge? I think I'm fine with that. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. They have, like, Risen Reef and shit. Maybe that. Probably can't kill a Batterskull main deck, right? Yeah, Stoneforge attack was not good. Draw, like, another Risen Reef. They get Risen Reef into their Smoke Breeder. That tracks. Hey, get down from there. I see you, punk. Oh, fuck, they did draw Thunderkin Awakener. Doesn't like murder me, right? They don't even like get back Skelemental. They have to get back like Risen Reef here, right? To just draw a card. And we just block this thing. They revealed another Thunderkin Awakener. Wait, no, this is in the effects zone. This needs to resolve. Hey, get down from there, punk. Oh, they don't have to reveal it, right? That's how this card works? So we just, like, net gain 2 life here. Sure. another Risen Reef here? No, this is 4 mana. Oh, this is Omnath. Wow, that's pretty bad for me. If only I had a Stoneforge Mystic in play. No, we just draw land, we'll be fine. Man, that attack was real bad. What does this do? No, okay, didn't know their text. Oh, yoink. It, like, whenever you play a land, like, you get slightly bigger. Make one of your things slightly bigger. Man, getting really punished for being really bad. Huh. What would they not play there, though? I guess, like, just a shitty elemental. Maybe I'm supposed to Thoughtseize. Because they play a land to make their thing bigger. If they can make their Omnath a 4/4, I will definitely trade this Thought Knot for it. Actually, definitely is a strong word. I'm probably supposed to. I think you play a Thoughtseize on the basis of you draw land, you're casting Batter Skull. Now, well, now we're not Thoughtseizing, right? Because we can, like, blink their shit. Or blink my own shit. Like, just block and blink our stuff. Alright, now we'll get sort of per their deck. Am I in a position where I can draw stuff Thought Knot them? I don't think so. Is there a Naturalize Elemental? Probably. There are a lot of bullshit elementals. Like, there's a Shatter Elemental and there's a Erase Elemental. But I don't know. I don't think there's like a Naturalize Elemental. Because that's just like the Evoke cards, right? Wispmare and the other thing. Wow, that's horrifying. Can you fucking stop? Get! Jeez. Damn cat. Ingot Yuri, yeah, that's the one. As that resolves, get back a Risen Reef. Yep. Bulb Lightning? We could blink it, they could draw a card. It's probably worth it. I don't think we don't want to discard either of these equipments. We'll see how they attack. We could also double block it. Yeah, I guess we'll have to see how they attack here. Could have blinked Wisp and they get nothing. Wait, blink the Vesperlark? This thing, when it leaves the battlefield, so just like stay and play permanently? Seems like not a good plan. What if I just double block this Lightning Skelemental? How do people feel about that? I guess they draw a card anyway off the Thought Knot, right? If they just kill it. But then I can also like blink something else, like Stone. Yeah, because like they draw a card off of blinking. Just like not sure whether or not I care. I can clear the Risen Reef next turn too with like Sword if I really need to. I think blinking it's better. Double blocking just like loses me a creature, right? They draw a card anyway. I'm down with Thought Knots here. Might need to clear this Risen Reef, but I also want Batterskull to play. Yeah, this game would be going a lot better if I just, like, toss my Stoneforge Mystic into a trash can. So we're at 12. They don't have a lot of threatening stuff on the board, actually. Like, they have a big thing, but, like, one big thing isn't going to kill us. They're not, like, a million lands towards, like, starting to draw cards or whatever. Yeah, I'm going to just Sophie them to death now. Sophie's a turn 2. Oh, no, because I think I need to kill this Risen Reef. I feel it's really risky leaving it in play. That would make my clock not 2 turns. But Risen Reef's a scary Magic card. Just top deck the Sword of Light and Shadow and win anyway. Exactly, easy. Am I supposed to Thoughtseize them? I go to 11? Probably. They have 2 cards in hand. Thoughtseize is probably good here. If they have like a 3-drop elemental, because they didn't have any other mana besides this. Thoughtseize actually go to 9? If they play a land, like we can always chump block the Omnath if we need to, though. Is like Lightning Skelemental lethal? No. That's only 8 damage if they like top deck Skelemental. I guess if they top deck like Flamekin, if we Thoughtseize them and they top deck Thunderkin Awakener, I think we do actually die, right? We block this, take exactly 9. They're down 2 of them, that's true. I think this Thoughtseize is good. Wow, main deck Ingot Chewer, huh? And a Risen Reef. Don't really want to see either of those, but I think taking this Ingot Chewer has to be better, right? Actually, no, I don't care about them popping my sword anymore. We have a Batter Skull, like... I guess this Omnath's like, kind of bad for me, right? We do want to just kill them. This Risen Reef like draws them a card, but it's like 1 card. Yeah, we do kind of care. Yeah, we'll take the Ingot Chewer. They can Risen Reef into Thunderkin whatever and kill me. That's something I've accepted. Generally amused at the main deck Ingot Chewer. Alright, they hit a land. We're fine. Oh, they also get to draw a card, though. They just like drew their card for turn, so we could still die horribly. So this lets them start drawing cards, right? With this big ol' Omnath. A lot of mana if it's an elemental. If it's a land, though, they can't really do anything here. You coming back up here, kitty? Huh? You gonna stab me with your super long claws? Seems totally reasonable. Just cycle Ingot Chewer. Yeah, couldn't they have done that last turn? Just, like, non-evoke the Ingot Chewer with the Smoke Braider? I'll take 7 here, go to 2, right? And before there's, like, some sort of dumb shock elemental. I'm not even showing 2 equipment in hand, I guess? Oh, to just like, oh, okay, yeah. Like, as a main deck card, you can, like, cycle it with Risen Wraith, worst case. Okay, that tracks. Omnath is a shock elemental, only when it ETBs, right? Otherwise it just puts counters on things when you hit land drops. Oh, like, they could cast another Omnath and kill me, but, like, they could cast another Omnath and deal me, like, 5, and we're super dead regardless of what we block here. I'm just thinking if we take, like, 2 versus 3. They're dead on board now. They just strangle this Risen Reef, kill them. Is there a flash elemental? Well, we can blink it out of the way, so... I'm not going to attack my Stoneforge just in case something stupid comes up. Sulfur elemental, oh no. No, we can beat that. 0. Ugh. Alright, that game would have been a lot easier if I just wasn't bad, but win's a win. These games have been tight. Yeah, mostly just because I'm like playing kind of poorly. Like that we didn't play optimally that game 2 against humans. We didn't play optimally there. Our dredge games were good though. Fulminator, the 5-color nonsense deck. That seems loose. Don't love that. Like, is Fulminator a good plan against humans? No, right? Fulminator against like the Risen Reef deck seems like not my best line of attack. I don't think Rest in Peace is a good card. They have Vesperlark and Thunderkin? Give all these Plague Engineers. This is probably just like similar to the humans matchup, right? Is it good enough for my teammate not to play Amulet on Sunday? I think like Primeval Titan decks are really strong right now, but can you stop stabbing me? Please. Your horrible jagged demon claws. Ugh. I think this deck is really strong, but I mean, like if your teammate's proficient with Amulet, I think it's also a very powerful option. I think Thoughtseize is better here than it is against like humans. This deck's a lot more like value oriented, and they have like a lot of big haymakers that you can Thoughtseize, and they're less aggressive. I don't think Rip's worth the slot though. Like it only incidentally hits parts of their cards. I think this is fine. Man, this Basic Waste is so good. Actually, I don't really think this hand is... this hand would be keepable if this were a color-producing land, I think. Like Push and Scholar, and we hit a land for Engineer. This hand might still be keepable. We have Push, not Scholar, but if we hit a land, we have Engineer and Displacers. I hate this hand. Yeah, I also hate this hand. I think we can have a much better 6. I think this hand is okay, but I think we for better 6. Alright, this is a weird 6, but it's strong in its own way. Am I shipping the Scholar? I think I'm shipping this Tide Hollow Scholar. Like, I want a creature eventually, though. Maybe shipping the second Thoughtseize is better. I think I ship a Path. The second Path's so good, though, because, like, they only have one basic. Isn't the second Path just, like, better than a Push? Why does everyone want me to ship a Path to Exile? Dark Shrooms, thanks for the follow. Appreciate the support. Yeah, I'm shipping a Thoughtseize. Fuck you guys. The old Flamekin Harbinger. Revealing probably like a Risen Reef or something, or maybe like a 2-drop to curve out. Voice of Resurgence. Thunderkin, oh dear. Never didn't have it, etc. Thoughtseize you. Whoa! Simian Spirit Guide Lightning Skelemental. That's not okay. We can't even Thoughtseize it because they could just Thunderkin me. Am I supposed to Thoughtseize this fucking Spirit Guide so I can get my removal up? Am I supposed to discard 2 cards of this Lightning Skelemental? Take the Chewer? Do I want to get Mind Rotted take 6 here? I can just take the Spirit Guide and then just hold up a bunch of removal, right? Thunderkin Awakener. Yeah, it's got haste and shit. Next turn we Tidal taking Skelemental. But then they would Chewer it, right? It can't buy back into Chewer. What are you guys talking? No, the Thunder. If I take, I'm just getting Skelemental next turn, right? Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't take this. I wouldn't Scholar the Skelemental the following turn though, because then they could like Chewer plus Awakener. Or no, I guess they couldn't really do that because the Skelemental's not in the graveyard. But I might just like wave removal and shit. I think taking the Spirit Guide's like actually our play here. Can you stop for 5 seconds, you menace? Get. Yeah, I think the take is Spirit Guide here. So I don't get mind rotted. We just leave a bunch of removal next turn. Played Cavern, Thunderkin. That's not in their hand. So we can just clear the Thunderkin and the Skelemental. If we Sculler the Skelemental, we just get Ingotured. Yeah, we're just gonna hold up Double Removal, and then we can like Tidehollow the Ingotured later. This probably actually wanted to fetch Colorless, so it's probably supposed to play Shrine. I can just push the Thunderkin. But now we're priced into fetching a colored source. Whoops. Yeah, push the Thunderkin, path the Ball Lightning. That makes sense. Because we don't want them to have future Thunderkins more online. I guess this means I don't have to like shock in this Shrine, but I don't know how relevant that is. Push. Path. We'll probably Tidehollow tap, or we will tap or untap the path based on what's in their hand. So first we Tidehollow. Check out what they have going on. Another Thunderkin Awakener. That doesn't do anything. I'm gonna take the Zingature. I'm gonna play Tap Shrine. I guess Tap Shrine really gets punished if they top deck another Skelemental, but I don't think I really want to take 2 damage here. Top deck like exactly Skelemental, we just get like absolutely bodied. It's like a Voice we can beat. Vesperlark. Get back another Thunderkin. Oh, and they get Thunderkin back to Vesperlark. Wait, then they just lose their Thunderkin though. I guess that's fine because the Vesperlark will buy back the Thunderkin later. Kind of confused. Whatever. Oh, right, the Vesperlark dies and brings back the Thunderkin. Okay. Well, I will pass the turn and probably have to kill both these Thunderkins so they stop Vesperlarking me. Or maybe I just pat the Vesperlark. And then just like block a Thunderkin. Because that exiles the Vesperlark. Otherwise, so we're burning 2 removal spells here anyway, killing both the Thunderkins, right? I really don't. Yeah, we discovered last game that they don't play more than 1 basic, so these paths are free. So if we just kill all these Thunderkins, the Vesperlark sits in the grave and we use 2 kill spells. If we let them attack, get the Vesperlark back, we pat the Vesperlark, block a Thunderkin, and we can kill the other Thunderkin if we want to, but we don't need to yet. And that uses 1 to 2 kill spells and exiles the Vesperlark for later. So I think I want them to get it back. We path it right now. So they can't return anything back. I think I'm just gonna go to 8 here. Just kill this Thunderkin. Smoke Raider, sure. Really want to put the pressure on them. I think I have to attack here. We have a removal spell and a 2/2. I don't really think they can afford to attack. If they're like Omnath, we get boned, but that's life. I think they need to put at least a little bit of pressure on. I don't think they can attack very well here. What the fuck does this do? This card does not seem very good. Resolves. They're gonna put a counter on the Awakener. Yep. Guess we have to kill this though too, right? Otherwise they get to. I mean, the game life's whatever, but they also get make this thing big. What does this do? Says the guy doesn't follow his full season. This is the white card. I don't read M20 draft chaff. I'm sorry. So this is fine. We're gonna push the Awakener. Cause no, yeah, this is fine. Attack with everything. Oh, they want to make their Overgrowth Elemental big. Oh shit! Wait, no. I guess I take an extra damage. I didn't realize that this was just not that this comboed with the other one. Whoops. Now that it's bigger. I just take an extra damage here, though. It's not like a huge deal. And they gain an extra life. So we're going to push this, block a 1/1, take 2, go to 6. They gain a bunch of life, whatever. We are going to path the Overgrowth Elemental. So we essentially just take an extra damage here. Yeah, whoops. Whoopsie daisy. Yeah, gain life, make a big thing. So we should be at 7 if I wasn't bad. Can we afford to keep attacking? Probably, with 1 at least. No idea what they could draw. I don't know what's really in their deck, so. Alright, well, these draws have not been working out. Oh shit, I've been burning so much clock. Not even realized. I don't think we can fetch. Ah, fuck. To be fair, this was the only 5-drop in our whole deck, because we boarded up the Smashers, so that was like the only top deck that punished me for not fetching. And it didn't really punish me that bad. We should have like a swamp instead of a Godless Shrine. I think I'm supposed to just hold up, pick up Batter Skull instead of equipping here in case of like another Ingot Chewer. Sure. That's pretty good. Better lucky than good, I guess. Okie doke. Simian Spirit Guide, huh? Kind of weird. Did not see Spirit Guides in like the various other versions of that deck that I've seen. Finally showed up D&T's weakness of nonsensical tier 5 decks. I mean, yeah, D&T was never fucking beaten that deck, right? You're just playing like mono white D&T. Get absolutely dunked on. Deck does seem like it's, again, like a deck that's like kind of soft at Batter Skull and stuff, though. At least you have like Ingot Chewer. Just like gaining life. Seems very good. This hand does not seem very good. This hand seems pretty solid. What am I bottoming? I guess the Smasher. It's awkward because we're like we can almost cast it, but God, we're gonna take so much damage too. We might like try to cast this Tidal because we're gonna like shock Thoughtseize, and like if we want a Scholar, we're gonna shock Scholar. So it's definitely a keep, especially on a 6, but like we could bomb the Displacer instead of the Smasher. The blind though, Displacer is I think what I want. Like shock Thoughtseize, they're just gonna be on burn. Just gonna fucking die a horrible death. God damn it. I hate everything. Well, I'm not gonna shock Scholar. I'm going to also take this Searing Blood. We'll also probably just play this Displacer on 2. I imagine they're going to... They want to spike Skewer my thing, right? That's why they didn't just, like, spike me. Also because they can't just, like... These Skewers are just clunky. Is there a world that I can get to Scholar plus Blink? Only on turn 4, and I have to untap with the Displacer, right? So not really. We could just go Godless Shrine Go. Let them, like, spike Skewer me and then, like, try to Scholar something. Man, I really wish this hand had a Reality Smasher. Sparring Advantage, Spike Skewer. Ooh, Eidolon. That's a bummer. For sure. That was like the ultimate punish. So we just like take a million damage, we still get Spike Skewered, get hit, have to like keep casting things into Eidolon. Oh, they have a second Eidolon too? Jesus. It's also bad for me. This is Modern. How is it possible? I've been streaming Modern since Stoneforge got unbanned. I was supposed to block if they attack. I guess we're not going to find out. Because it looks like they're just going to skewer my Tidal Scholar. I want to like take a million though, right? They could just like skewer my face twice, right? Yeah. Just like not give a single fuck. Just put me to 5. Oh, suspend Rift Bolt. Huh. That's bad. Thought not? Stoneforge. We're just dead if we cast a spell, right? Because they just Rift Bolt me, skewer me, and we die. We are dead Reno. Yeah. I mean, he kept the Shock Thoughtseize hand on a Mold of 6 against Burn. Generally not going to work out super well. What am I supposed to board after this combo? Nothing else is good. Lingering Souls? Question mark. Lingering Souls also does not seem very good. But it's good against the the plan of they kill all your shit. So you can't like actually like put equipment on anything. It's like probably better than any of this other stuff. Fulminator hasn't been a good plan against Burn since like 2015 or something. Plague Engineer is not playable. None of these other cards are playable. Stuff like that. Jeez, can we get some like not completely horrendous hands? Alright, cool. This hand's okay. Stoneforge. If your Stoneforge deck is a bad burn matchup, you should probably spend more time at deck building school. Yeah, I think this deck is like very solid against burn. Like just in the main deck, we just like don't have any sideboard cards for it. We mulled to a 6 that was incredibly soft to burn game 1, which did not pan out well. But I think the average hand is going to be very good against burn with our Stoneforge Mystic Thought-Knot Seer deck. Keep this. Ship the Displacer, I think. We could ship a land. Just to like have more threats to cast. Like assuming we'll eventually draw another land. Like we could just ship this Silent Clearing because it deals as much damage. Yeah, I kinda like that actually. assume we'll hit land 4 at some point. We get Goblin Guided. Rip. Temple. I'll take it. Oh man, God. I hope beyond all else that they suspend a Rift Bolt next turn. They're probably just going to Searing Blade my Stoneforge Mystic, but I hope more than anything that they just like bolt my Stoneforge Mystic and then suspend a Rift Bolt. I think I'm still going to get Batterskull here over like sort of Light and Shadow or something to gain life. Just forces the action on the Stoneforge, and we're like not super far from just casting it eventually. Oh, yes. Come on. Rift Bolt. Don't play a creature. Just suspend a Rift Bolt. Come on. Come on, opponent. Hit me for 2. Suspend that Rift Bolt. Let's see it. Come on. Damn it. Skewer the critics. Never lucky. I guess I'm just playing Displacer here. Skull or Strangler obviously doesn't do anything. We have no cards in exile. We can't play Thought Knot yet. I'll still take a Suspend a Rift Bolt this turn, opponent, if you want to suspend a Rift Bolt now. Come on, stop. Draw a Rift Bolt, opponent. Stop being a jerk. Yeah, our plan is just like cast this Batterskull on turn 5. Wow, that hand's horrifying. They can't empty it all yet. Like, obviously we have to take this path, right? But then, what are we dead to? Like, not a lot, right? Because we're actually at 8, which is hard for them to get through. Even with the Boros Charm, they'd have to find like exactly another Boros Charm, or like draw 2 consecutive 1 damage spells. They can also Skull Crack my Batterskull, which is of course obnoxious. So it might also be dead to that. Did a land plus a 1 mana burn spell? Yeah, I guess that might also be the case. The Boros Charm me to 4 here. We don't get to gain life off of that. We're dead to a lot because they have so many draws, and we're at 1. I don't think we could have afforded taking the Skull Crack though, because then we just go to 2 that turn. Not that turn. They like Path the Thought Knot. We cast Batterskull, but then we're at 2 life. We're dead to like a 1 damage burn spell. Yeah. We might be like pretty toast either way here. Unless they like drew incredibly poorly. Because they get the turn to just Skull Crack my Batterskull on the follow-up here. We don't have any way to discard it. The classic hope for doesn't draw a bolt. Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. The fact that we have to hope that they don't draw a bolt over like several turns though is just the worst. That's not lethal. Oh wait, no, yeah it is because we attacked. I get the Skull Crack me. Beth was 2 damage, Skull Crack is 7. Depends on if we get to that turn though, right? Way to go. It happens. I don't think that matchup's particularly bad, but Our game one hand was obviously atrocious. Sometimes you lose matchups. I think this deck is still like pretty favored in that matchup. Don't think that particular game and match are conducive to the way that those games play out generally. His chance to take a Skullcrack is better. I'm still trying to think it through. So if we take the Skullcrack there, they path my thing, punch me. I'm at 6, and they have a... am I keeping this hand? Yeah, this hand's good. I'm at 6, so they need to draw like a 1 mana burn spell to kill me, right? Attacking TKS was probably wrong. I think we're just dead there, right? Like, I think if they draw a path, like we're still going to die either way. Or they, what did they draw there? Oh, they drew another guide, right? Which maybe did like creature draw there. And like we're gonna win the game if we like make it 2 turns anyway. The path does let you cast Skull the path. Yeah, give them apps to draw like a couple of creatures specifically. Yeah, maybe attacking the TKS was wrong because like that damage isn't gonna matter. The game plan was make it to like last 2 turns, and if that's the case, then the attack with Thought Knot was wrong because like we're not gonna win the damage race. We're gonna win by connecting with a Thought Knot once without a Skullcrack. I'll keep this hand. But if we take the Skullcrack, we might be dead to less things. Because we give them less turns to draw. Like, we're dead to a 1 mana burn spell either way, right? Because, like I said, like, we give them, like, 2 turns to draw any 1 mana burn spell, or any mana burn spell to kill us, right? But if we take the Skullcrack, I think they get 1 less turn at that. They put me to 6, and they have the Boros Charm hand, which is 4. But they also draw an extra card because they pathed our Thought Knot. I don't know. It's weird. I'm gonna just fetch basic Swamp here. We're gonna take 1 billion damage from these Silent Clearings. The goal of the game is to live the most turns. I mean, the goal of the game was to connect with the Batterskull, yeah. But, like, we give them 1 less turn, right? But we also give them 1 extra draw, so doesn't that kind of just negate that? Gives them more mana to work with, though. Because they get to, like, untap between those. Oh boy. That's an opening hand. Huh. I just want to take this. Let's Scholar the Path. The mana ramp on my side was pretty relevant. I don't think it was that relevant, right? We're tapping over the batter, or tapping mostly out. We can hold the path and path the Goblin Guide so it can't hit me the following turn. But like in the perfect world, the Goblin Guide doesn't matter, right? Because the Goblin Guide can't really attack into the Batterskull if we take the Skullcrack. Take the Jace and then take the Snap with Scholar, and then they just like path me. I kind of want to take this Jace though because it's the only thing that I can permanently get rid of. I hate taking your Removal Souls with Scholar because they always just comes back around. We can always like strangle around Scholar to get rid of the thing forever, so we might like Scholar the Snap or something. I think I'm gonna take this Jace. Actually, no, we have Thought Knots here. Taking Jace is probably wrong. I'm too distracted by thinking about the last match. Yeah, I think Skullcrack might have been better. I think we give them the same number of draws because they draw the extra card, but I think we give them less mana to work with. So there's like a greater chance that they draw like some 2 mana spells that they can't fire off enough of them before like the Batterskull gets online. So if I take the path, I can... Well, I can't Strangler my own thing to get rid of the path forever, because then I can just snap path it. Taking aggressively field ruining. Why would aggressively field ruining seems really bad there, because then we're not casting Batterskull that turn. And then, like, they've already cast the Boros Charm at that point. Oh no, then they haven't, because they pathed my Thought Knot. They would have pathed the Thought Knot that turn. We could potentially try to strand the Boros Charm in their hand. What am I taking here? The Snapcaster Mage? If they path it, they get their Snapcaster back. No, I'm taking the Path Exile then, right? So if I take the Snap, they just path my Scholar, get their Snapcaster Mage back, and then they can Snap path my, like, Thought Knot. We'd rather try to, like, Thought Knot this Snapcaster Mage. Oh, I guess, yeah, we could, like, force them to path my Thought Knot, and then, or force them to path the Scholar, and then, like, Thought Knot them. If we take the Snap, they might fire off the path there, get them. But if they don't, then I think we're in a bad spot. That's a pretty good cast here. If I attack, do they block? If they block, do I care? I kind of care. Billion damage off these silent clearings. What you got, opponent? Really want to draw a colorless source here. That's not colorless source. I think we're just equipping attacking. Just to gain life, offset our silent clearings. I don't think the field, I feel like the field order plan is not good. I haven't napkin mathed it out or anything, but my gut instinct says that that gives them like way more draws to kill me, because we're at 6 and they have like so many more turns to just draw like 2 removal spells or 2 burn spells or just a white source to cast the Boros Charm in their hand anyway. I think field ruining them gives them like a lot of outs to kill me. Just gonna hit him for 4, I guess. We're just gonna gain 3 life. Man, I wish this was a sort of Feast and Famine. Yeah, my Scholar has Pro Path, which is like also not nothing. It's like not something, but Fireness would be a good idea. What did they play? They played the Island last turn, so I know nothing in their hand besides Snap. Love to draw a lot of things. That's a good thing to draw. I'm a fan of this draw. White Source is not another burn spell. But, like, the White Source is a burn spell because they have the Boros Charm in hand, right? So, like, a White Source we're at 2, burn spell we're at 3, which means another burn spell is just lethal anyway. Or a White Source is lethal anyway. Like, they're still drawing towards exactly 2 burn spells, one of which can just be a land in that instance. If we take the Skullcrack, right, then they path me, then we play the Batter Skull, then they need to draw another burn spell on top of, like, the Boros Charm that they can cast. So if they need to draw, like, land burn spell or something, or rip a 1-drop burn spell that the turn that they cast the path. Or draw like another Skullcrack, obviously. Am I smashing? This is like Cryptic mana. I don't love that. But I think I'd rather get my Smasher Cryptic than my Thought Knot, right? Let's do some smashing. I also, like, buy it back if they don't, like, counter tap or counter bounce the Scholar or something. I don't want to, like, Thought Knot them when they're tapped out. Wow, just counter drawing. That is aggressive when I have a Sword of Light and Shadow in play, opponent. I feel like you definitely should have, like, counter bounced the Scholar or something. Counter draw is, like, objectively incorrect. I will take back my Reality Smasher, thank you. It was like 0% chance that was correct. think my opponent just, like, didn't see that line. Oh, man, surprise Stoneblade. Or surprise Stoneblade. Sure. Now we can, like, Thought Knot, so we can also just push the Stoneforge or something. We can also just, like, smash her and punch them in the face for a lot. And then, like, make a Batter Skull, and it doesn't matter. Actually, we just Strangler the Stoneforge. We do a lot of things. All roads really lead to Rome here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. So we can't Strangler and do something else, which is unfortunate. Kind of like Thought Knotting here. Want to know what's up? They have like a Supreme Verdict. You want to path to the Stand of the Tide Hall? Oh, that's true, because they have the Snapcaster Mage. Kind of in for smashing them, and then if we get like Supreme Verdict, it's pretty bad for us. I like Thought Knot plus Thought Knot plus like push. Wow, your hand sucks. I guess they can, like, start Snap Crypticking next turn. You can keep the Batter Skull. I'm gonna take one of these Snapcaster Mages. Punch. Goodbye. They can like snap counter or like snap tap my team to draw a card or something. Oh, now we just have Thoughtseize into Smasher, right? It's not like lethal, but it's pretty close. I guess they could just cast the Snap here, right? They don't have to cast the Cryptic. But we're gonna take this Batter Skull, so it's not like this thing has no value. Then we can also Strangle the Snapcaster Mage. Oh yeah, your hand is literal nothing, huh? Enter combat. Still with the drawing of cards, huh? I think I'm gonna give them their path back and move the sword over to the... Oh no, I can just give them their Snapcaster back. Although, if they draw... Supreme Verdict's a card I'm scared of. If they draw Supreme Verdict, they can like Supreme Verdict me and then path my Smasher. So I think I want to get rid of this path. Because I think that beats Supreme Verdict, which is like the only card that I really care about. Their hand is like Colonnade random, and we're already down 2 Snapcasters. We're gonna do that, and then we're gonna move this onto the Thought Knot to protect it from a Path to Exile. Yeah, they need like Cryptic into Verdict into like probably something else. Yeah, they're just super dead. Blue-White Stoneblade, huh? Every time I play against Stoneblade, I realize that like the Legacy Shell, I don't think is I think is like a very weak port of Stoneforge in Modern. Am I supposed to bring in Disenchants? Probably. They're so clunky though, because they just have actual nothing besides equipment. So these are Definites. I guess my, like, Stranglers and, like, Paths kind of suck here. I don't know if they're on Spell Quellers. I think I would generally assume no. But if they are, then I might bring in, like, Paths. But pushes are okay, because they can just push, you can push over Stoneforges and stuff and not ramp them. It's mostly, like, based on what you see out of them. If we see, like, Restoration Angels or, like, Lyras and shit. Probably, like, just one Disenchant. These Stranglers suck pretty badly, though. Strangling, like, a Stone Vortistic after you, like, Tidehall them onto is, like, kind of a pipe dream. Like, as you're on Wizard. They have, like, Click, maybe. But, again, this is all, like, based on things that we see. I don't think, like, Plague Engineer just to kill Snapcasters is better than anything we have going on here. Like I'd rather bring, like, Fulminator than Plague Engineer. Fulminator plus sort of Lightning Shadow is insane. And, like, blows up with Colonnades and stuff. Like, as it sits... I think that this is too much removal, though. Don't want it to get gummed up in my hand. Maybe we'll do that. Bring in both Disenchants and then draw them, and then I put a Never Draw Stoneforge. Bring in Fulms. Yeah, we could bring in Fulminators. Cut, like, more removal. Go to, like, maybe 0 path 2 push until we see other stuff. But I feel like every single one of these Blade decks is on. Alright, well, we got turn 2 Thana, so we have to keep. Morally obligated to keep. Every time we keep this, it's just like, Field of Ruin. At least we could, like, turn 3 Thoughtseize with it or some shit. These Field of Ruins are mocking me. You got a mana leak over there, bud? Let's find out. Nice. Got a path? I'll take mana. Please, path me. Thank you. Do I want black or white mana? White mana probably for Lingering Souls. The blue. Black would give us, like, Thoughtseize, but white gives us Souls and Displacer, and we can always, like, get the Thoughtseize online later with this Field of Ruin. So I think I want white. This is a chance I just, like, cast Lingering Souls next turn or something. That's a hand. Nice Spell Snare. Fucking 4-drop on turn 2. Alright. Kind of I don't hate taking this Vindilic. Like, Academy Ruins? Jesus. Oh, God. Flashbacks to all, like, the fucking greedy-ass Stoneblade mana bases in Modern. Probably have, like, E and shit. We're just gonna take this Click. Snap Path is, like, kind of obnoxious. We can, like, Thoughtseize the Snap, though. And also we're trying to, like, Lingering Souls. We don't want my Lingering Souls to get clicked. How we doing? We're 3-1. We're crushing pretty hard here. Plains. Mentor. Well, we are going to Fatal Push that. That's scary. We even have the Field of Ruin to do it. We can't cast anything else, though, unfortunately. What were the matchups? Dredge, win. Humans, win. Elementals, win. Burn, loss, and then this. They could not do anything, actually. We know their whole hand, they can't cast the spell or anything. Go get a swamp. Fatal Push. What's the burn matchup like? I think the burn matchup is very good. We lost like pretty awfully, but I think the burn matchup is good with this deck. Right, so we still know their whole hand. They have Snap Path up here, or Spell Snare, or Disenchant. We don't really care about any of those. We're gonna Thought Seize them and cast a Lingering Souls. They have to decide whether or not they want to like flash and Snapcaster Mage here. Just target the path, which is fine. We'll just take probably the Disenchant, because that could be relevant later. Whereas this Spell Snare, especially that now that we know it's there, is extremely easy to play around. Nice path to exile opponent. This game has so many cards with no business seeing modern play. There aren't that many, right? Tide Hollow Score, probably. Academy Ruins. Oof a doof. Oh no, this buys back their mentor. Oof a doof. Well, we can Tide Hollow it at least. It's a strong top deck. We cannot do anything with that quite yet. If we draw a land, we actually, I think, could have Scholar Flickered to just exile the Mentor forever and take the Spell Snare. But now I think we'd need to just Tide Hollow the Mentor and play Stoneforge for like sort of Fire and Ice. What's the type of Lingering Souls in the Guild? Yeah, Lingering Souls is like reasonable. We could also just like play Displacer to try to like just block the Snapcaster Mage. Just kill it. They don't have any other creatures to put on it to pick up the sword yet. Alright, so we're definitely Scholaring, because Mentor is scary. Probably Stoneforge for sort of Fire and Ice here. Displacer can be useful later. Playing the Stoneforge now goes around the Spell Snare as well. We are taking some hits though, which we do need to be cognizant of. We have nothing really for our Sword of Light and Shadow, so it's probably Fire and Ice. Spell Snare looking real good over there as I cast my 2/2 drops. What do they draw? Oh, fuck. Jesus. Those are some hot top decks. Kill my Scholar, get their Mentor back. Their hand is Snare plus Mentor now. So what's our best plan here? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. If we play to equip the sword and hit them with a Spirit, we're dead on board. So I need to be dealing with the Snapcaster Mage. So it might be like play Displacer or equip sword to it. Yeah, I have no idea what this Academy Ruins is for in their deck. Are they really like buying back their disenchanted equipment? You can flicker it. I mean, we could also just block it, right? I don't like flickering the Snapcaster when they have a Path to Exile in their yard. Doesn't seem like a great plan. I'd rather, like, play Displacer or put Sword on it to block the Snapcaster, right? Because it would trade. Actually, I wouldn't even trade. I'd be just pro-blue. They have pro-white, but this is colorless. Obviously, they could, like, top deck a lot of things. This Colonnade's gonna, like, punch my face into. We have a Mentor to worry about. We have a lot of things. We're definitely pretty far from winning this game, but we can, like, try to stay afloat. You can activate Stoneforge to respond to Flicker Stoneforge. This doesn't do anything right now, though. Like, these are plays that I can make at some point in the game, but, like, I need to make plays that win, that, like, let me stay alive right now when there's literally lethal on board. We're just gonna... Getting light and shadow lets you stay alive. I mean, no? Not until, like, next turn, right? Like, I can't get the light and shadow and play it and equip it here. Oh, Chump with Displacer. I don't think those plans are very good. I don't like that plan. Did you miss it? There was the cat was here. The dog was here earlier. So what's the score? We're 3-1 right now in game 2. Keep like burning so much time. Interesting attack. You might think that my creature's white. It is not. No, we can just like flicker it, kill it. Flicker it, path it. They have a spell snare in hand. We are 1, 2, 3, 4. We're a top deck away from dying to this Colonnade, though. Well, that play sucked. Yeah, I think they just thought they had lethal. Oh, we can just blink it and shoot it. Yeah, blink it, shoot it, and then leave up mana to like blink the Colonnade. If we need to. Seems like a pretty good play. Also, like, blink our Stoneforge if they don't do anything with the Colonnade, or like Supreme Verdict to me. Which could go like Batter Skull. I also could just like cast Souls and like path this Colonnade. Nice pro-white creature, opponent. Displacer is very strong. Displacer was underwhelming like the first league I played with this deck, but the more I played with it, the more powerful I think Displacer is. They can path if they activate? Yeah, probably, so I don't have to like leave up 3 mana every turn. I suppose I could flashback my souls, right? Oh, they just conceded. Alright, cool, we did it. Nice. Another 4-1. This is like... So we've I 4-1 4 times with this deck and 5-0'd once. I don't know, this deck seems really strong. Yeah, we don't even have to Yeah, we're not pathing the mentor. We're talking about like pathing the colonnade. How Stoneforge's performing modern. I really like it in this. I really like the shell. I've played 5 leagues with it now, and we've never gotten less than a 4-1. I think that's pretty impressive, honestly. There are a lot of other shells I want to explore with Stoneforge Mystic, but I've been having so much success with this one that like I also like have been lagging on like trying to like design other decks. I also like designed a new iteration of the blue-white deck, but it's like a bazillion ticks because Teferi and Force Negation are like $1 million. What is it? It was like the blue-white Creature Blade list. It's like actually like 400 ticks plus the stuff I already have, so I can't even rent it on Cardboard without spending 100 ticks. But I want them as like mono white lists too. And actually, like, you know, play Thalia's and Aether Vials in my deck. As much as I like this shell, I don't know how it's performed. Sometimes you gotta go back to your roots, you know. But this deck has been performing very well. Guteo 2V, thanks for the follow. Appreciate the support. I don't know where my notification noises went. I don't hear them anymore. I only see them off to the side. But anyway, yeah. So our loss was to Burn. I don't think Burn is that bad of a matchup. How's the Tron matchup been? I've beaten it twice. I don't think it's great, but I think it's definitely like winnable. The general plan is like you just get plastered game 1 because that's how life goes, and then game 2 you're on the plane. You have like Stony Silence and Fulminator, which are way more relevant on the draw. It's a lot of ticks. Yeah, I mean like a tick is $1, so takes like 90 something cents, but whatever, close enough. But anyway, so yeah, you just get plastered game 1 most of the time, and then game 2 you have like a lot of relevant stuff on the play. And then game 3, you try to like curve Hand Disruption into like taking them off of turn 3 Tron into like Fulminators to trip them up, and then like you have sort of like Jenna Fulminator combo to try to lock them out. Do I have a YouTube channel? Yeah, there should be a link down below on the stream. Yeah, there's a link to my YouTube channel. There's a ton of content. There's a lot of legacy there, but there's some modern. Say one of the swords is 400 ticks. No, one of the decks that I built was like 400 ticks in total. Because like Teferis and Force Negations total are like a lot of ticks. Yeah, like this is like the rough mock-up list that I had. But like Teferi's like 50 ticks and Force Negations also like 50 ticks or something. It's like 300 right there. But anyway, I'll just find a way to add Renin 6 and make it the most expensive tick in Modern. Alright, get you later. I'm going to sign off anyway. I was just chatting about the deck, so. Anyway. I don't know. I really like this deck. I'm definitely leaning towards it. There's a 10K there's a Modern 10K in St. Louis next month, October 5th. That I was not going to, but then they unbanned Stoneforge, and my interest in Modern was renewed. And I'm definitely leaning towards playing this list just based on like preliminary play. Just I've really liked what this deck has going for it. Stoneforge just felt neat enough Fae shells. Well, yeah, that was my Creature Blade list. Was like Fae-esque. I mean, we're only like Spellstarter's our main thing, but like Click, Mariner. But I really liked a list like this. This is like a really rough mock-up. I spent like 5 minutes bringing this up, so like there are a bunch of things that are probably wrong with it, but I really like Force of Negation. Force of Negation just seems like a really good card against a lot of decks right now. How's the matchup versus Scape Shift? Like Titan Shift, it's probably fine. Like generally, like big like Thoughtseize plus Clock deck can do okay. Like they definitely have like a lot of tough decks that they can get you with, but you can also try to like Fulminator or sort of Light and Shadow lock them. They have like 6-ish basics, like so like cast their Prime Gems and stuff. But if you can like just trip them up, blow up a bunch of their lands, or just like Thoughtseize them and get them dead quickly, then I think your matchup's okay. I've only played against it once. I did beat it, but not a lot of experience. But yeah, Titan Shift has been picking up in popularity a lot. People are saying it's well positioned right now. Yeah, the only matchup I'm kind of concerned about with this deck is, like... So the Tron matchup's always, like, a looming threat, because I think you're unfavored in the Tron matchup. The Urza matchup I've only played once, and I did win, but, like, I don't know. Maybe it's just my inexperience, like, that deck is really scary. I don't know how to play against it. But do you think Smasher is worth it here? I don't know. Smasher has continually been, like, the least impressive. I say this basically all the time. It's just, like, it's always bad when it's in your opening hand, but then, like, every time you top deck it, it's amazing. So, like, what would I play instead, though? Like, how would I fill out this deck? Just, like, some random, like, value stuff? Urza might be the best deck in the format. People are saying that, but I don't know. Modern is in a spot that I think that, like, you can beat the best deck in the format right now. Like, like Legacy, there's always, like, a best deck, but then the format will move, right? There's going to be a deck that beats the best deck, so then they become, like, the best deck. Like, when the 4-color control decks rose up, and then, like, Depths was like, oh, this is a super good matchup, so we'll just dunk on them. And then after that, people started adapting to that, so on and so forth, which had more disruption. Seems like too much disruption at that point, right? How many discard spells are we playing? Cut Smashes from, like, more IOKs? Seems like a lot. We're playing, like, 13 Thoughtseize effects. I also want to try Feast of Famine instead of Light and Shadow, but Light and Shadow continues to impress me. I also, like, the Light and Shadow Fulminator Mage synergy is, like, not nothing. I definitely did, like, one of the 2 wins I had against Tron was literally because I went turn 1 Thoughtseize to take the scrying so they didn't have turn 3 Tron, and then turn 3 Fulminator Mage them, and then, like, turn 4 I got, like, the sword online, and then turn 5 you, like, connected the sword by, like, the Fulminator Mage, play the Fulminator Mage. Yeah, I don't think this is, like, traditional Dead Guy Ale, where, like, Liliana's super powerful. Because, like, you... like, so many super impactful cards. Like, you don't really have a lot of, like, garbage to chuck off. Like, late-game discard spells and stuff, but... Soul seems meh. Yeah, Soul's just kind of like a generic sideboard grindy card. It's, like, good against, like, the other Blade decks and stuff, where you're just gonna, like, grind for a while. The sideboard could definitely use some work, though. Kind of depends on how the meta shakes out. But anyway, I'm gonna find someone to host and sign off here. It'd be insane to see just 2 main deck Mind Sensors. Only a little bit. But it seems kind of... eh. Because it's, like, what, good against, like, Urza and Titan Shift and Tron, right? Good. I don't know, I think Smasher's, like, fine. Smasher's also good against, like, those decks where you just do need to kill them, like Titan Shift. Curve enough Stoneforge Mystics. Like, Stoneforge Mystic doesn't curve into your 3s, though, because, like, you're just activating Stoneforge Mystic on turn 3, right? Unless you want to Stoneforge into your 3-drop and into, like, activate Equip, in which case, like, we already do have 7 3-drops. Flying and good for your trouble matchups. Like, I don't know what the trouble matchups are, really, though. What are my losses? I don't remember. The leads were so long ago. Besides the one to burn today, obviously. We lost to Death and Taxes last time I streamed this, because of my punt. I forget what my other 2 losses are. I played, like, 3 leagues off stream. One was the one I 5-0'd, and then 2 of them were 4-1s. But I lost to Amulet. Amulet seems like a horrendous matchup for this deck. Which is another matchup where you want to be, like, fulminatoring them. Torpor or Bird better against Words anyway. Torpor or Bird doesn't seem really good in your Thought-Knot, Skull, or Stoneforge Strangler deck, though. But yeah. Big Man probably is your roughest matchup, hence, like, the 4 Fulminator Mages in the sideboard. But anyway, got here too late. Yeah, we're signing off. But this whole thing will go up on YouTube right after I'm done here. So if you want to check out how the other matches went, feel free to. Oh shit, Caleb's playing Legacy. All right, we gotta go host Caleb. Caleb D. Maybe my favorite Magic streamer. Definitely like top like top 3, if not my favorite. What the fuck is this? I don't even know. Echo the Aeons, Chalice of the Void, whatever. I'm gonna host Caleb here. Anyway, main deck some Fulminators. That might not be unreasonable to make the big mana matchups better. It's like kind of a piddling main deck card, but it's possible. But anyway, thanks everybody for watching. Hope you had a good time. As always, if you want to support the channel, you want to support my content, you can follow, subscribe, or donate. Follow is totally free. Subscriptions, if you're a first-time sub during September, which lasts to the 24th, I think, you get a half off your first-time sub here. And donations, if you want to see a Stoneforge Mystic deck in Modern, donations are half off, which means $6 donation to have me play one of your Stoneforge, your Modern list of Stoneforge Mystic. None of us for Light and Shadow either. Yeah, that's the point that I've been trying to make a bunch when people keep telling me about Feast and Famine. Like, Light and Shadow Fulminator Mage is like an actual thing, especially against big mana decks. But anyway, I'm going to be signing off here. Catch you guys all probably tomorrow. I'm going to be streaming more now that my girlfriend's done with her PhD. Not her PhD, her thesis proposal, so I'll have more free time. Anyway, see you guys later.